Hey everyone, this is Magic Lover recording a little Commander one-on-one action. Unfortunately, I didn't have my recorder going when I played this game live, but I just got done with a really fun Commander match and figured I'd go through it because it was quite a nail-biter and involved some good complex decisions. So unlike some of the things I've posted recently where I just get my butt kicked for various reasons, this one was actually a very interesting game. So, game turned out to be Damia. I was playing my, mill Damia versus someone playing mono blue Talrand, which always proves to be tough for me since I don't deal with oodles of counter spells and thievery kind of effects. So, game chugs along, and I pretty much, just work it ramping up a little bit, building out. Don't have a lot of early action other than the altar and the signet. He pops the Talrand down. I figure I'll go for the mind grind here. And I eat the first counter. As it turns out, this guy's playing just about every free counter in the book. So I go for the throat on Talrand to keep him in check before the Drake Armada builds up too badly. And at this point I'm pretty much just throwing any unused mana. There's counter number 2. But I am throwing any unused mana into Sands of Delirium to just kind of, start milling him out. Counter number 3. So Gauntlets of Power come down. Now this ends up being key in that it helps my islands. Because there's a couple turns where I do... Oh, there's counter number 4. But I end up doing some things I otherwise wouldn't have been able to do if I, if this was a Cage Sun and it only affected his stuff. So the Contagion Engine actually lasts, but he bounces Talrand, so I only get one of the Drakes. I'm still holding on to this Putrefy. I thought about using it on the Gauntlets, but then realized that this will be clutch in getting me some extra mana that I can eventually pump into a huge Sands of Delirium. There's counter number, 5 or 6? I lose count at this point. But it seems that most of my clutch stuff is eating the counter bucket. So at this point I go for Damia again. Dump some extra mana into Sands. And now, of note in his graveyard is the Diluvian Primordial and the Clone. So I do have 2 creatures in there, that's it. This becomes pretty important. So, pause it here for a second. Damia does last long enough to restock my hand. And what I get are some lands, Harrow, so I get, lands acceleration, fixing galore, and 1 decree. So I'm down to 2 life. He's been beating me down the whole time. He's got 2 cards in hand. If either of them counter this, I'm toast. Because cycling this isn't going to do it with Gauntlets of Power. So I attack here, just to take a chunk, and then go for the Decree. Now, once I hit the Decree, I get Snapcaster, Witness, so 2 things that'll let me recycle another, at this point, somewhat useless, but I hit the Mimeoplasm. So, I Harrow to get more islands, since I can double up on that. And, interestingly enough here, I do screw this up, in that when I managed to get my Mimeoplasm down, I got his Diluvian Primordial and the Clone. Well, I wanted the trigger for the Diluvian to get, I was originally trying to get whatever in here drew 2. Whatever there was like an inspiration or something that, where was it? Inspiration, I just wanted to draw 2. Instead I accidentally clicked on Blue Sun Zenith, which of course did absolutely 0 for me, so I would have been better casting just about anything. In retrospect, best thing would have been to fabricate, because then I could have gotten either Portcullis, which would have been the best bet, or something else artifact-wise to kind of slow things down, like a Meek Stone or whatever. But I should have gotten Portcullis, because then after I dropped Snapcaster, I would have had the board locked up pretty well, assuming he didn't have another counter, and I'm betting he didn't, or that wouldn't have gone through. So I did screw that up a little bit. So, still at 2, tapped out. Talrand comes back into play. I'm playing as many islands as I can now. I drop the Eternal Witness for Go for the Throat to try and get Talrand again, because I can block 1 flyer. So now he starts going through counter 1, counter 2, I pay for him, draws a card, and it's counterspell. So now he's built up enough of an army that I'm dead on the crackback anyway, still at 2. So I have to go for Gusto here, and Snapcaster the Decree of Pain again, which does net me a whole bunch of stuff, including a Noxious Revival. So what do I end up doing? I throw the Sensei's top down, discard my junk, and hope he doesn't kill me somehow. He puts Talrand down, Cold Steel Heart. Now he's got 1 card in hand. So I say, forget it if that's a counter. If that's a hard counter, I'm dead. So I Noxious the Mind Grind, and then get it into hand with the Sensei's Dividing Top activity. And then I don't pump everything. I do leave a couple mana in case that's some other sort of attacks thing. And turns out that wasn't going to cut the mustard. So I did Mind Grind him for about 20, which did mill his entire library, and was able to win at 2 life into a bunch. So that was just a fun game, very interactive, and Mill did actually get there against Mono Blue, which I wouldn't bet on happening too often. But anyway, just wanted to share, so thanks for watching.